All right. So, yeah, we're going to have a fun little session here. All right?
Mhm.
So, do you want to do a quick little plug for any of your content really quickly?
Hello, world. I'm Dragontize. I'm mesmerized with voice and eyes, but that's not what we're doing today, is it?
Not quite, but I think the plug went great and everything. Everybody feel free to check out all that content and everything. There'll be some links in the description. But anyway, we're going to be doing a fun hypnosis session today. This is just a
Mhm.
little preview of some of the things you could expect from a one-on-one session. Now, of course, this one is going to be kept all YouTube friendly, but again, if you want a one-on-one session, just think of it as a little personal hypno concert, let's say, and I can cover the full range of content that I do, both here on YouTube and elsewhere, like on Patreon. So, yeah, how about before we get started, we take a nice drink of water? It's important to stay hydrated.
Yep, always have that when I'm doing a trance as top or in this case bottom.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's good to just let people know that they can take a drink of water at any time. Also, it's good to just review that we're just going to be going over a few basic safety things and everything. So, in trance, I usually like red light, green light, yellow light, that sort of system. And I really am a big fan of yellow. So, if there's anything
Mhm.
that ever needs a little bit of tweaking, always feel free. Again, this goes for you or anybody who in the future wants to buy a session. Just raise your hand, make a certain noise. You can like shake your head no or something, any little sign like that, or just say yellow, softly or loudly, however you want. And that's just meaning that we're going to slow down and make a little change. That doesn't mean the
Mhm.
session's over. And I'm really not bothered by it because that's the fun thing about in person sessions. You get to have all these little adjustments that are made in real time to best
Mhm.
suit your experience. As with the recording, thankfully, I've gotten pretty good at just kind of going with the flow and figuring out a few things that work for almost everybody. But almost everybody isn't you in that moment sometimes. And that's
Mhm.
okay because this is you in that moment. You really getting that experience that you want, that experience of a really, really deep and mindless trance. And sometimes people
Okay.
think, does it have to be a certain way? Does it have to be this way or that way? But it could be any way that feels best. And what feels best is just kind of going through and making sure that we're covering everything that was kind of negotiated beforehand. So,
Mhm.
also, before I do a session, I usually do a little email exchange, talk through some things. So there might be a few things of mentioning how certain things feel good, as in a sense of euphoria. There might be certain mentions of no thoughts or being mindless, a few things like that. And there might be a little bit of restriction of movement via hypnosis, almost like a bit of a hypnotic bondage thing. These are all general things that are negotiated beforehand. Are there any things
Mhm.
that you'd like to add? Yes.
Oh, I mostly just wanted to say for the audience, yeah, if this had this been a real, like, first negotiation, I probably would have called you on slipping into your tist voice for a second there.
It was
But,
a little on the fun side, but we pull it back a little bit.
well, that and we've worked out everything in email ahead of time, so
Yes. We don't
just
just jump
reassuring the
into,
audience
yeah.
there. Otherwise, yeah, that all sounds like exactly what we went over and sounded good enough to take off my glasses for.
Oh, quite excellent. But yeah, generally just tell me what you like in an email, and that way it doesn't cut into any of the fun time with trance.
Mm.
It's the thing about trance is it's a lot of fun. It's a
Mhm.
completely different state of mind, a state of consciousness that you can slip into rather easily. Sometimes we can find it rather difficult to fight the pull of trance, but we do focus on the voice of the person. We follow along until there's that gentle yet firm instruction to drop, to sleep, to drift. But that's not given quite yet. Eyes open, fully awake and alert. Because I usually like to give a nice firm command to sleep. A nice firm command with a snap of my fingers. And I find that the two paired together are quite powerful because you can't help but focus when somebody snaps their fingers. And it can feel really good to focus on something that captures and ensnares your attention so involuntarily. It's as if you could try to look away, try to direct your attention somewhere else, but it snaps back into place, exactly where it should be, reminding you of how good it would feel to sleep, to drift, to go completely mindless, to let your mind become an empty, tranquil pool of euphoria, just letting all that energy flowing throughout your mind slow down, slow down, slow down, and then stop. How would it feel to let it stop? How would it feel to let yourself focus more deeply than ever before? How would it feel to sleep and drop deep, deep down deep? No thinking, no thoughts, just a wave of tranquility and perhaps euphoria as you finally get to feel the sensation of trance, but just for a moment, as I count up from 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open.
Meanie.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I guess you're right. I feel called out. Anyway. But, when you're brought out of trance, you're still in a slightly floaty state. A state where you can feel nice and suggestible. A state where you can feel very floaty indeed. Letting, perhaps, your right arm feel very light, as if you're being guided up, up, up into a higher state of consciousness, as if there's little balloons tied around your wrist, and that arm of yours, your right arm, is floating up, slowly but surely, as one balloon after another is added. More and more bunches. Perhaps you're tempted to pull that arm down. Pull against that force. Pull as hard as you can. And then just sleep, dropping down nice and deep as all the balloons pop. And you sleep, drifting down, 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 down. That's it. Somehow, feeling as if you've slipped much deeper than normal. And in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 3. But when you reach 3, perhaps you're feeling a little naughty. You want to stay in trance. So you're going to pretend that you woke up. You're going to try to fool me that you're fully awake and conscious. But you're going to stay in that nice floaty state of trance. 1, 2, 3. Now, you're fully awake and alert, right?
Um, sure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not ready to drop to a
Mm,
very pleasant state of being. Because you
mm.
know what? I actually need some help with a few things. I'm really behind. I have taxes to file, honestly,
Oh,
so
no.
I need a lot of help. And I really appreciate you volunteering to help me with my taxes. So I
You
actually have a lot of complicated deductions to work through. So
we
I really
always
need you to
do.
focus and sleep. Down,
Mm,
dropping down, down, down. It's okay
breathing.
to pretend to be awake. It's okay to pretend to be really deep. It's okay to
Mm.
pretend like you're having a really good time. Or it's
That's not
okay,
pretending.
yes, or it's okay to actually have that good time. Because the one thing I want people to know is that being hypnotized can be a lot of fun.
Mm,
You can participate alone. You don't have to become completely mindless and helpless right away. You can just enjoy the slow slide down
mm,
into a truly profound state of mind. Perhaps you can open those eyes on 3, but stay nice and deeply hypnotized, and we could do something fun.
mm. Mhm.
1,
Breathing.
2, 3.
Mm,
Eyes open, staying in a nice, comfy state of trance and holding
mhm,
those hands of yours out in front of you, palms up,
mm,
and imagining that all your mental energy is flowing into your left hand, pooling up,
mhm,
holding it like it's a liquid. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
mm,
Focus on it. Feel it. All
mhm.
those thoughts, all that mental energy flowing into that hand,
Filling.
filling. That's it. And
Mm,
now I want you to take all that mental energy and pour it very gently and
mhm.
carefully into your right hand. That's it.
Yeet. I keep
It's
spilling bits.
okay. It's okay if some of it spills. Just focus. Notice how with each passing second, there seems to be less and less as you take that mental energy from your right hand and pour it
Mhm,
back into your left hand,
mm,
just drifting. It seems that the more you try to hold on, the more it just slips away,
mm,
trying it again.
mhm,
But everything just seems to be fading away.
mm,
Those arms feeling heavy as if
mhm,
they're made out of lead,
mm.
trying it again, trying
Dang
the
it.
very last bits of your mental energy, trying to sleep deep
Mm,
down deep, letting go, making yourself comfortable, and
mhm,
spiraling down. Because trance is always a
mm,
very comfortable state of being. No matter
mhm,
what, you can move and adjust your position to whatever feels best. Because your mind knows that you want this feeling.
mhm,
Every last bit of you being bathed in this warmth and euphoria.
mm,
Perhaps imagining a warm, glowing sensation flowing down from the top of your head, down your neck,
mm,
to your shoulders, down your body to your waist. and then down your legs. And as you feel this warm sensation, you can feel everything being wiped clean, purified. As I count down from 10 to 1, and as I count down, your mind slowly fades away and feels better and better. Perhaps as we start at 10, you just notice how you're sliding down and down, and how the level of euphoria you feel is at a 1. And as your mind drifts down and down to a 9, the level of euphoria you feel becomes a 2, stronger and stronger, drifting down to an 8. The numbers are hard to keep track of, as the feelings of euphoria become a 3. A simple pattern, no thinking, just feeling. 7, intensifying more and more as your mind blanks out. 4, to feelings becoming more and more intense. 6, you don't need to think anymore. 5, you just need to feel. 5, halfway there, but where to? 6, building up more and more. 4, thinking slowing down to a crawl. 7, feeling becoming more intense. 3, the numbers fading away into nothingness. 8, not knowing and not needing to know. 2, all the way down, 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 down. 9, letting that wonderful, pleasant sense of euphoria become stronger and stronger. 1, sleep. Sleep deep into that profound state of euphoria, drifting down, 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 letting go of everything. Your mind really wanting, deep down deep, to follow all the instructions that I'm giving you. Following instructions can be a lot of fun. There's no stress or tension. You know exactly what to do and how to do it. All you need to do is follow the instructions to the best of your ability. And if you ever need to ask a question, you do so easily and effortlessly. Because that's it. It's very good to let your hypnotist know what's going on, what feels good, what feels right, and you can feel a wonderful sense of euphoria flowing through you, knowing that you're being an exceptionally good subject. That's right. Such a good subject. That's it. Enjoying this feeling, knowing that you're showing other people how good it feels to be hypnotized.
Green, but
How good it feels to just let my voice wrap around you. That's it. Feeling really good, knowing that perhaps a lot of people might watch this. A lot of people might see this. My voice just wrapping around you, slowly bringing your wrists in front of you, crossing them together, and feeling my voice wrapping around your wrists, slowly, perhaps like a pretty little ribbon, being tied up nice and snug, not tight, snug, comfortable. It's something where if you struggled and pulled against it would become tighter and tighter and tighter. But you don't need to fight against it.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to fight against it. Or
Oh.
perhaps sometimes you like that tight, snug, controlling feeling. But that's okay. It's okay to enjoy all the sensations of trance. It's okay to imagine that my voice can just wrap around you like a pretty ribbon. I wonder what color this ribbon would be. Perhaps it would be green. Yes, perhaps it would be green.
Yeah.
And it could wrap.
That can get confusing, though. Maybe we should do blue.
Oh, that's a good idea. Because if this ribbon was green, it'd probably make you feel really helpless. As if you're agreeing to everything that I'm doing. And where's the fun and challenge in that? So, I can make the ribbon blue.
Blue
I like the
your
color blue.
eyes.
Wrapping around you. That's it. Perhaps just like my eyes.
Oh.
Wrapping around you. Nice and snug. Letting it move beyond your wrists to wherever feels best. Just wrapping around you, all nice and snug, wrapping up all those thoughts as if it's a pretty little bow. That's it. Your mind.
I
Being
like the that's it a lot.
You like this feeling a lot?
The that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
Makes a good feeling.
that's very good to know. Because you see, a lot of people really get confused over what makes a good hypnosis session. It's not a lecture. There's a little bit of back and forth. It's really nice interacting with someone as they offer up their mind, all wrapped up like a gift. That's it. Exactly like that. And with each passing second, these wonderful sensations can get more and more intense. They can feel so wonderful and good, building up to a truly profound sense of euphoria, letting your mind become disconnected so it can float in this wonderful feeling. Everything feels wonderful and good right now. You deserve to feel wonderful and good right now. Trance always feels wonderful and good. No thinking, no thoughts, just drifting. Deep down deep, 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 deep. With each passing second, these feelings get stronger and stronger. You feel better and better. That's it. Everything feels wonderful and good right now. In a moment, I'm going to have you imagine a pretty little box where you can
Mhm.
put your thoughts and memories into for our little
Mhm.
pet. Now, this box will be safely kept with me, and if you need to wake up very suddenly to take care of something urgent, I'll give you the box automatically and effortlessly for you to open. If something urgent comes up, you don't have to ask permission. I'll
Mhm.
automatically give you the box. If your eyes have to open up very suddenly and you have to take care of something important, or if this video call is disconnected for any reason. But other than that, I get to keep the box.
Mm.
Maybe we should just put some details about you in there. Your
Mhm.
name, who you think you are.
Yellow, not name, never
Okay,
name.
that's very good. Not putting that there.
The other stuff, though, yes, green, but not name. I don't know
Excellent.
why it's a thing with me.
That's excellent. Right
Mm.
now, we can take some of the other things in.
Mhm.
Maybe my name can be put inside the box.
We can try it. I can't promise it'll work, but yeah.
It's okay. It's always fun to experiment around with a few things
Science.
and to show people that hypnosis isn't complete and total mind control.
If
There's always
only.
that fun, playful bit, that
Mm.
back and forth, the ebb and flow of your
Mhm.
mind and will, just flowing, always having your name with me. That's okay, but fun little details about who I am can just flow into the box. For some reason, you've just been listening to a bunch of hypnosis recordings, and perhaps by accident, you set it on some sort of auto playlist where one after another have just been dropping you down, down, down. With each one, another memory goes into the box, just drifting, losing awareness, not needing awareness, more accurately. It's not lost if you don't need it. It's not lost if you don't
Mm.
care. Just drifting, safe and sound, until you don't even know what's going on anymore, but in a safe
Mm.
and comfy way. Thought after thought flowing into the box until I
Mm.
decide to snap it shut
Mhm.
and hold on to it for a minute.
Mm.
Even the idea of who I am flows into the box, feeling as if you've been so deeply hypnotized that you don't even know what's going on anymore. That delicious, disorienting feeling.
Mhm.
Maybe you can start to fixate on that feeling, knowing that in a moment I could count from 1 to 3, and those
Mm.
eyes would open, but you wouldn't even really know what's going on. It would be a fun feeling to experience,
Mm.
something deliciously intoxicating, and you can experience it in 1, 2,
Mm.
the box snapping shut, and 3,
Mm.
eyes open. Why, hello there. You look
Hi,
comfortable.
talking spiral.
Oh, am I talking spiral? Well,
That's what it looks like on the screen.
interesting. Well, how about you take a little sip of water right now? Are you feeling coordinated enough for that?
My wrists are stuck.
Oh, poor you. I actually forgot something. Release. That's it.
This might work though. Let's see.
Oh,
This
it
is
feels
silly.
untied. The ribbons
Mm,
slowly releasing from you. That's it.
That's weird. Yeah, water's good though.
Yes, it's good to take a little sip of water every once in a while. It's
This
important.
one has stuff in it.
Oh,
Tastes like grape?
oh, how interesting.
I think so. Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna mess with it?
Nah, I don't know. Was it just grape, though, in there? I think
um,
you're obviously looking a little sleepy, as if you
hmm,
could just drift off,
hmm,
letting go of
hmm,
everything. Maybe letting my voice wrap around you in such a comforting way.
hmm,
Pretty blue ribbons wrapping
hmm.
around your mind, guiding you gently but
Those are
firmly.
fun.
Gently but firmly. Down, down, down. Perhaps feeling as if you're being led down a long hallway with me guiding you.
Mhm,
Many doors on each side of you, but I know where I'm going, so
mhm,
you don't need to think about that.
mhm,
That's it. No thinking, no
mhm,
thoughts, just drifting in these wonderful, pleasant feelings. Maybe feeling a little bit like I'm your captor with you wrapped up
mhm,
in these ribbons,
mhm,
hoping that I'll be gentle and playful. I think I will be. But there's so many things I could do.
mhm.
You really don't have too much of a choice, do you? Or do you want to have a choice? I don't know. Being guided down deeper and deeper.
Mhm.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'd better get to it. I think I know which door I want to open. This one. Right here. To your right. I
Mhm.
open it. And inside, there's something. Something that looks rather fun. A
Mhm.
very large chair with
Mhm.
a screen in front of it, with a beautiful spiral that seems to
Mhm.
have certain flickering subliminal messages playing upon it.
Mhm.
Something.
What do they say?
Hmm. That's difficult to discern. It
Mhm.
seems to be suggestions to feel good in trance,
Mhm.
to enjoy being hypnotized, to enjoy being seen, being hypnotized,
Mhm.
because it seems as if this screen is also hooked up to a webcam that's streaming.
Mhm.
It's as if it's a brainwashing spiral to make somebody enjoy being seen being
No.
hypnotized.
Did they already do that? I think I already do
Already do that. It's hard to tell.
that. Mm.
Maybe it's best if we're safe and we really make sure that
Mm.
there's no way to resist these good feelings.
Oh.
But there's something else in this brainwashing spiral.
Mm.
There seems to be a few fun and necessary safety suggestions
Mm.
that no matter how deep you go, you can
Mhm.
always come back out of trance easily and effortlessly for your own safety. It's like a
Mhm.
little safety clutch. It's something that happens automatically and effortlessly. If something was to ever damage a part of your mind, it wouldn't happen. The clutch would
Mm.
automatically engage. So you could be very, very good. You could follow all the suggestions, and you could follow all the
Mm.
suggestions very safely,
I
knowing that,
can fix it on purpose too, but yeah, this is good to review.
excellent. But no matter what,
Mm.
a hypnotic suggestion is not going to damage your mind. There's an automatic way for your mind to be very obedient and to avoid
Mm.
any damage by letting this clutch automatically activate.
Mhm.
So no strain or unnecessary stress happens to your mind. And this happens with my voice or with
Mm.
other voices that you trust, or especially with new hypnotic experiences that you're not familiar with. Because sometimes a new experience can push a boundary that you weren't quite aware of beforehand, and it's always good to explore safely. So no matter
Mhm.
what, your mind can fully give in to how good it feels to be hypnotized, knowing that you're
Mm.
not being difficult for being safe. If something was to push too hard, the clutch would activate, and all that stress and tension would disappear, and you could come out of trance automatically and effortlessly,
Mhm.
still feeling really good because you are really good.
Mm.
You're doing great. That's it.
Thank you.
Such a great subject.
Mm.
And becoming a better subject more and more because I haven't told you yet to sit down in that chair, to get in front of
Oh.
that spiral. You know, maybe we should go to a different room in this hallway.
Oh.
I think we could
But
figure out.
but chair looks comfy.
It's comfy, you say?
Looks like it.
I don't know. If you get in there, I don't know if I could drag you away from it. You could be stuck there for quite some time. I I still have a bunch of taxes to do. I'll need your help.
No taxes.
No, 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 no,
Ah, I
no,
still have
no.
to do mine.
Oh, well, that's neither here nor there because you know what? I think I'll let you sit down in that comfy
No.
chair in
Mhm.
front of that spiral. And
Mm.
perhaps there could be a pair of headphones that come down too,
Mhm.
getting you all nice and comfy as you stare into that spiral. Perhaps
Mm.
imagining people staring at you.
Mm.
Perhaps imagining people also going into trance as they see you go
Mm.
deeper into trance.
Mm. Mm.
Because you know what? Going into trance can feel somewhat contagious sometimes. Sometimes people who really, 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 really want to be hypnotized can see somebody else being hypnotized and be like, oh, oh, that's what I want. That's
Mhm.
it. That's what I need. That's what I crave. And they can
Mm.
really let go. Sometimes people go much deeper than they think they are, just by
Mm.
watching somebody else being hypnotized, just by seeing how good it can feel, how enjoyable it can be.
Mm.
They don't need this whole 3-2-1 sleep business.
Mm.
They just need to be shown that hypnosis is a lot of fun, that
Mhm.
hypnosis can be enjoyed safely. There's never really a right or wrong way to enjoy hypnosis as long as it's safe.
Mm.
There's
Mm.
so many fun things you can do. Hypnosis can be very soft and gentle,
Mhm.
or it can be very firm and commanding.
Mm.
Both are a lot of fun,
Mhm.
and I'm very comfortable with doing both.
Mm.
As you imagine yourself becoming strapped in
Mhm.
to this chair, maybe being wrapped up in these pretty blue ribbons. And
They're
as you
soft.
go, they are soft, yes,
Mm.
but if you try to struggle against them, they become tight and firm in such a pleasant way.
Mm.
Imagining
Mhm.
yourself trying to get out of this chair, trying to get out as if something very important depended on it. Oh,
Sorry, I thought started thinking, meh. I started thinking about taxes.
I know, I was about to actually make a joke about that, as if you're going to be late for
No,
filing your taxes.
no.
No, but
My
we're going to stare
um,
into that spiral in your
mm,
mind, and all that seems to fade away.
spiral is nice.
Yes, it's very enjoyable staring deeply into a spiral,
Mm.
feeling really wonderful and really good. No need for any thoughts anymore.
Mm.
Each and every passing second, these feelings can become more intense. The subliminal
Mm.
messages on the spiral can become more intense. Enjoying being hypnotized,
Mm.
enjoying being seen being hypnotized,
Mm.
enjoying that there's all these wonderful safety hypnotic suggestions interlaced in the spiral. So if
Mm.
something becomes too intense, you can wake up, come out of trance. I
Mhm.
find that if I'm driving a new car, I really like to check out the brakes on it
Mm.
first. It's very safe to make
Mhm.
sure that the brakes work very well so that way you can drive fast.
Mm.
That's it. Feeling good. You're not driving. You're safe
Mhm.
here. Staring at the
Mm.
spiral in your mind.
Don't
That's it.
drop and drive, kids.
Mm-hmm. Feeling really
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
Feeling really wonderful. Every single blue ribbon holding you in nice and tight. Making
Mm.
sure that you can't help but look at the spiral.
Mm.
And even when you blink to
Mm.
rest your eyes, it seems as if
Mhm.
the spiral is still in your mind,
Mm.
inescapable, embedded deep into your very being. These feelings getting more and more intense, building
Mm.
up more and more in
Mm.
5, 4, 3,
Mm.
2, sleep, deep,
Mm.
mindless sleep, deep, blank sleep. That's it.
Mm.
Sleep, sleep, sleep. Drifting down, 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 down. No
Mm.
thinking, no thoughts, just mindless relaxation. Everything
Mm.
peaceful as it should be. And in a moment, I'm going to let the pretty blue ribbons slowly release you. That's
Mhm.
it. able to move around. That's it. Nice and comfy. Getting in whatever position's most comfortable. That's it. Taking a stretch. Because hypnosis is all about being comfortable.
Mhm.
And in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. And when I
Mm.
reach 5, you can wake up and open those eyes. You can talk a little bit about how you felt. If there's any other little last minute things you want to do or feel or experience, all that can happen in a moment.
Mhm.
Feeling wonderful, feeling good as I count up from 1 to 5. And when I count up from 1 to 5, any thoughts, any memories, anything that I was holding on to will also be given back to you. But
Mm.
perhaps a few lingering hypnotic suggestions from that brainwashing spiral can stay in your mind for just a bit. 1. Slowly drifting back up towards wakefulness. 2. More and more. 3. Becoming aware of your surroundings and how much fun you're having. 4. Almost there. And 5. Wake up and open your eyes, feeling refreshed and
Mm.
rejuvenated, awake and alert. Yes, please do drink some water. I'm going to drink some water too.
Mhm. Very normal, unmessed with water, because
Mm-hmm.
we're doing the awake now.
But yeah, usually after doing a few suggestions like this, I'd like to give whoever's being hypnotized a chance to just check in and everything. Let me know if there's any little tweaks, if there's any little extra things they want to experience or feel,
Mhm.
or if there's any little bits of cleanup. Because sometimes people want to have certain lingering suggestions no longer lingering. So basically,
Mhm.
there's a little recap that we can do.
Yeah, ooh. If I could not bump my mic, that would be better.
I think it's fine.
Say.
I didn't really hear anything, so it shouldn't have come
Okay.
through in the audio.
Yeah, that could be the meeting software, though. We'll see.
Oh, don't.
Um,
I need to be careful on my end because, like, if I am not careful and I forget something, I did this actually for 1 or 2 sessions before anybody
Mhm.
realized it, but there's this noise suppression thing, and
Mhm.
it'll edit out the finger snaps. But thankfully,
Yeah,
it still
I've had that
worked.
problem.
Yeah, no, it's still thankfully it still worked, but somebody is like asking just they're like listening back to their thing and they're like, "Oh, the version that was released on Patreon has finger snaps, but I don't remember finger snaps." So, yeah, there's a whole thing.
I I heard some. That's also why, even though it's probably bad recording practice, a lot of mine I will snap as I say the command because otherwise it never came through Discord.
Oh, well,
But,
whatever.
now I know how to fix that at least.
Oh,
But
hopefully.
yeah, that's really good. I feel like we could have experimented a little bit with the memory play suggestion, but again, like, that's one that I have a little bit of trouble with. It's not necessarily going to work out. Though it would probably hmm,
It's whatever
I
you're
feel like
comfortable with, too.
yeah, I feel like if you did that, it would probably be the version where, like, I wind up not able to say it even though I can't help thinking about the thing I'm supposed to be forgetting. Oh, I should
Okay.
put my glasses back on.
Okay.
Ah, It it can make weird glare, but I'll strain my eyes. There we go.
Mm. I
Um,
think the it's
now
all
I can
fine
see
and
the
everything.
talking spiral. That's still funny.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't need cleanup because, like, I've figured out my subject agency pretty well. I've been playing with self-hypnosis since 2006. Definitely there were some times that, like, the thought would occur for a second, "Shoot, how's this going to affect my brand?" But, I was planning on coming out as a Switch soon anyway because Redacted wants to do a thing, and I wanna do that thing.
No, oh, it's okay. We won't talk about that anymore.
Yeah. But in any case,
The
there
best
were
part for
definitely times
branding is
when
having fun. That's
yeah.
what I found. I always try to do as much fun stuff as possible. And I really
Mhm.
don't, if I want to let people know, I guess this is a good time to come out to anybody who wants to do a session. If I'm doing a session, a custom, whatever, I'm going to find a way to have fun with it. I think it's a
Mhm.
little impolite to take somebody's money and just have no fun with it. It may not be like the main thing that I would like.
Mhm.
It may not have been the main thing that I would have chosen, but I will find a way to have a good time
Oh,
with
yeah.
it because I really think that just adds a lot to the experience and everything. It's really all
Yeah, it's
about the
worth
client.
mentioning that we really enjoy this. Like, yes, I usually brand myself as the one doing the hypnotizing, but on a more personal level, I do enjoy it both ways, so
Well, I need to like make a whole bunch of files for like people who aren't like super subby also,
Mhm.
and like just I don't know if like Dom, but just like neutral sort of things too. And
Yeah.
that's gonna be like a thing. Also more couples stuff or like there's a whole bunch of things I need to
Mm.
like
Mhm, mhm.
work on, and the the pile of work never ends. So thank
Always.
goodness I find it fun.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Well, I think it's fun too.
mm,
This was definitely fun. Mm,
so yeah, I'm going
wondering
to
if all the
pro.
sounds that I made enjoying it will be suitable for YouTube, but we'll see.
I think it'll be fine. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'll run the risk of a demonetization. So I'm gonna end the recording in a second, but if you want to keep on chatting just for a little bit for like any of the cleanup, I was not 100% sure of the runtime for the recording because I didn't set my timer on my second screen, and I didn't want to pop up a whole bunch of things and ruin my recording of this. But again, for anybody who's interested, usually these things run like an hour. There could be a little bit of
Mhm.
overflow for just cleanup and talking. I usually don't back sessions back to back. I usually give myself a buffer.
Smart.
And also, sometimes like just some things happen too. So I might just be a minute late sometimes getting things set up. It sometimes happens, or the client might be a minute late. So again, there's usually like at least 15 minutes of buffer zone beginning and
Mhm.
end for any of these things. But yeah, and I guess I could go through really quickly prices. This will be in the description, but as they stand right now, I charge $100 an hour if I record my half of the audio and my half of the audio only, and then edit it down later on to be a file onto Patreon. This does limit a little bit of what I can do for sessions. I have to like pick something that could be edited down. So I can't be saying the client's name every 2
Mhm.
seconds, or I won't have a file. And the other thing is later on, if it's a completely private sort of thing, it's going to be like $200 an hour. And again, this is anything you want. And to give potential clients idea of what you can ask for, you can ask for basically anything that I've done a recording of. That's like fair game. And anything kind of
Mhm.
adjacent to that, just email me. Let me know that you want a one-on-one session, and let me know exactly what you want to do, and that's all fine. And again, no judgment. It's a completely
Yeah.
no judgment zone. The absolute worst thing you will ever get from me is a very polite no thank you. Uh, Absolutely no judgment. And again, I don't think I actually had issues with anybody. I think it's just like people wanting things at certain price ranges, and just I just can't edit it. That's like the most common thing. So again,
Yeah.
if you're coming in for the $200 an hour, like don't ask for something illegal. Uh eh, that'd be difficult, not impossible, but don't ask
Yeah.
for something illegal. But yeah, that's basically the that's it. I can't think of anything else I want to add, but inevitably, if I do, it'll probably be added in with a little voiceover blurb later on.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm forever having to reassure, my audience, "No, really, you're allowed to want what you want. I don't mind being asked for things unless I've, like, publicly stated that it was a limit and you're asking for that on purpose.
Mhm.
If you ask me for something and I don't wanna do it, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, no thanks." It's not this is I guess it's weird to people outside of the community, but we talk about this stuff normally, you know? It's
Mm.
like the way that other people might say, "Hey, you wanna go out for some drinks after work today?" "Oh, sure," you know, like,
Mhm. Well, maybe
we just
not quite
we
as
just expect
casually
what we want.
because sometimes there's a little bit of negotiation that goes
Well,
into.
yes, but, like, we being clear and direct and not I don't know how to say it. You don't have to be embarrassed about liking things because we like things too.
Mhm. Excellent. Yeah, I could not have put it better. Well, I'm gonna be
Thank you.
wrapping up the recording and everything. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Thank you.
not volunteering fully, but like helping out and everything. I appreciate it
It's
very
fun.
much. And do you want to do a final plug for anybody who's stuck around with us rambling?
Well, if you want to see can I say dominant?
Yeah, you could say it.
Okay. If you want to see my proper dominant content that I usually do, dragonties.com or, as he said, there'll be a link in the description.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I also have a Patreon. I also do interesting files of things that we do not cover on YouTube. That I don't to be clear, I'm not doing sessions as the hypnotee for clients, but if you're interested in seeing me hypnotize, the details are there.
Excellent. Glad you added that in. Okay, so I think that covers everything. Thank you
All
again for
right.
helping out, and have an
Glad to be
excellent
of
day,
service.
everybody. For everybody who
Oh,
stuck
my hair.
around and listened this far in.